Hey, what's going on? It's Anand back again, and I'm here in beautiful downtown Toronto. This is actually King Street, and I just got some dinner with some friends and walking back home to my apartment. But unfortunately, tonight is actually my last night in the city, and I actually feel pretty sad about going back home. Believe it or not, even though I live in a very beautiful place, just the last 6 weeks that I've experienced here in Toronto have just been so incredible. And this is because not only have I learned so much about entrepreneurship, building my own business, but I've made so many good new friends, met up with some old friends, spent a lot of time with my family, and these are all things that I've avoided over the last 5 to 6 years. Ever since I've gotten into entrepreneurship and building my business, I've just been so tied up in it that I've neglected all the other areas of my life, like socializing, family, friends, having fun, all of those things, right? So I've got to experience all of those things over the last 6 weeks or so. But in case you don't know my story, I've been trying to build my own business for the last almost 4 years, but I also had a full-time job. So this makes it very challenging because you get very limited time to work on your business and also limited energy, right? Because your business is like a full-time job. Then you also have your full-time job. You gotta do things like commute for that full-time job. And I was like so fed up with my 9 to 5 job because I really didn't have any sort of freedom. Like, even if I wanted to take a holiday like this one, even if I wanted to take a couple weeks off, I would have to go and ask for permission from my boss, and then oftentimes they wouldn't like it. And there's been some bad situations where I was even denied vacation, even though I had my holidays saved up. So I soon realized that that lifestyle just wasn't for me and I could do better. So that's why I was working so hard to quit my job that I actually built my whole business on the side. And then when that business started to make enough income for me, I was able to quit my job. So that's what I'll be sharing with you moving forward on this channel. Of course, I'll be talking about other things like my fitness and how you can live that entire fitness based lifestyle along with entrepreneurship, getting better over time. How can you become the strongest version of yourself, as Elliot Hulse would say? How can you become the best version of yourself? And if you want to improve your life, there's three areas you need to take care of. The first area is your health, the second area is your wealth, and the third area is your relationships. So if you can take care of those three areas, then your life is going to be better than most people out there. Because if you think about it, most people don't even take care of their health. See how many unfit and unhealthy people are around, you'll see around, right? Health is the number one priority, because without your health you can't even do anything. And then of course you need wealth, because you need money to survive, right? Because without money you won't be able to have the lifestyle that you actually dream of. And money is like a great resource for you to not only have that financial security but also live a good lifestyle, have good experiences, travel, live in a good house, everything like that, right? And the third aspect is of course relationships, which is I personally am guilty of avoiding or neglecting, because I was focusing so much on my health first. So in case you don't know my story, I used to be extremely unhealthy. I used to be like morbidly obese growing up, and at one point I used to be almost 300 pounds. So I knew that I had to change my life and I had to improve my life. So the first thing I did was improve my health. Eventually I lost over 125 pounds. So I took my health taken care of, and then it was time for me to maintain my health but then focus on other areas of my life. So for the last 5 years I've been focusing on building my business. And one of the first books that really changed my mindset about these things was called The 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferris. And this book was so eye-opening for me because it showed me what's possible, that you no longer have to slave away at a 9 to 5 job just so that you can get a next paycheck, and then work for a job that you don't even like, and then ultimately one day you retire and have nothing to show for it. You're already old and pretty much done. But what if there was a way out of this? What if there was a way where you can make the best income in the world and you can do it from anywhere in the world. You don't have to be tied down to an office. You don't have to live in any um, an expensive city. You can live anywhere in the world, and you can live the lifestyle you want. You can have fun along the way, make the best money, and that's the ultimate lifestyle that I was aiming for. And it's just until last year that I've been able to make this big change, and I'm gonna be sharing with you exactly how I did it. And because I was able to improve my health, that's the basic that I talked about, right? Then now I can focus on other areas of my life, such as wealth, and building my business, making more money, investing money. But I also want to focus on my social life now. It's something that I actually regret. I regret not having a social life. I've pretty much been like a monk, just sitting and slaving away at my job, not going anywhere, not traveling anywhere. There's like, this is a huge world that we live in. There's so much to do and so much to see, and there's so many interesting people you can meet. And that's why I took myself outside the comfort zone, and I flew all the way from California to Toronto in Canada, because I was gonna be here for a business mastermind event. Because one of my mentor, who actually helped me with my business and helped me get started with my business, actually lives here. So he offered me the opportunity to come and work with him closely and learn from him. So I immediately, I quit my job. I had a 9 to 5 job back in Silicon Valley, and I worked for some of the biggest tech companies back home. But it was scary, but I knew it was the right thing to do. It took me outside the comfort zone, and this is important, because your comfort zone, you can't make any progress in your comfort zone. It's like, you're lifting weights, and you feel like, maybe this weight feels very comfortable for me, let me just keep doing that. But then that's not the weight that's going to make you grow. So if you have to grow, or if you want to get bigger, if you want to get leaner, if you want to lose fat, you're going to have to push your physical boundaries in the gym, which is exactly what you do in other situations. Whether it's making more money, you're going to have to push your boundaries. Same thing with like socializing. It's, for me, socializing is not very easy. I find, even as a kid, I was very shy. I never talked to anyone. But now, it's like, even when I try to socialize, it's very hard for me to do. So because it's not comfortable. It's not comfortable talking to strangers, talking to random people. But that's just how you get out of the comfort zone. So I'll be sharing all of these things on my channel. So I hope you stay tuned. If you have any questions for me, let me know. Any particular questions about how to quit your job, or how to socialize better, how to build more muscle, of course, I'm also doing that. So, anything that you could think of when it comes to improving your health, making more money, or improving your relationships and social skills, let me know, because this is something that I'm going through myself. I have been through a lot, but I'm also learning so much along the way, and I can't wait to share everything with you. So anyway, I hope you found this useful. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and until next time, stay strong,